the meeting to order.
7:03.
What?
Looks like it's 7:03.
Okay. Call the meeting to order. Let's see. We only have 3 of us tonight, and we don't have anybody to take the other 2 positions. So how about if we go to the previous minutes?
Steve,
Speak to me.
could I interrupt and ask the...
No, you can't.
Well, I'd like to ask about the agenda item E2. Maybe we can address that right now, and I have an idea that...
You have ideas?
I did have an idea that might help us
Can we
move on.
take up Mr. Fogg's ideas tonight's meeting? Are you prepared, Mr. Dinkum?
I have my seatbelt on.
Okay.
If it's okay, I'd like to go back to a meeting or so ago when
Is that, well,
I asked the question whether or
Is
not
that
we
o-
still needed
Yes, that's fine. Yeah, no
a
problem.
recording secretary. And it seemed like it was a good thing to do. And then there was a little bit of discussion. So tonight, this morning, after seeing some email correspondence back and forth, I reached out to Priscilla. I let her know that we were having a meeting tonight, and where she had showed interest in doing the recording as recording secretary. I'd like to make a motion to have Priscilla be just that for the Conservation Commission.
All right, I'll second the motion.
discussion? Do you have any qualifications?
None.
Do you have a wage requirement? Because I think that might be something that
Did whatever the town pays, I think it's 15 an hour.
We're definitely not paying retirement. That retirement's right out the window.
So is
That could be
health.
negotiated, right?
Health insurance, absolutely not.
Oh, I was thinking of, a family plan. As a buyout.
Yeah. Any further discussion? Dave, you good?
This has to go before the Board of Selectmen, now they have to approve me.
Is that right? Do you,
I did with the planning board and ZBA.
Most likely, probably,
Well,
but
they-
I'm sure if the
Technicality.
Conservation Commission would approve it, I'm sure the selectmen won't have an issue.
do you mind acting
Do we
as
call the
secretary?
motion?
No, that's fine.
Well, there was, yeah, Ralph actually, and you seconded it.
Yeah.
So we're having a discussion. So you plan on, I thought you were gonna do this a while back, but then you changed your mind. I mean,
Well, originally the proposal to me was to do the ZBA, the planning board, and the Conservation Commission, and I declined doing the Conservation Commission, but then I've changed my mind.
so, I only, because,
Because I like Dave.
well, at least you like someone. But that notwithstanding, I don't know, the last time I saw, I don't know how much money we got in that line. I thought there was only like 400 and,
I thought there was 780. For some reason, I thought there was 700.
so I just
got
don't
the
want,
report right here if you want to bear with me from.
I just got the bank today, so, well, if you guys wanna look at that, but, it doesn't say how much is in I thought for some reason there was, I don't recall if the selectmen cut that line because we weren't using it
No?
or what, but I thought, if I recall, I thought it was only like 400 and some odd dollars.
515.
515 is, okay. So I just, I wasn't sure whether, how long it was gonna really last. You wanna get 515 in that line
You only meet once a month normally, right?
twice.
Oh, you meet twice a month?
But our meetings are very expeditious. We go real fast. Don't listen to Steve too much and push right through these things. So we could probably get out of...
Who's running them out now? So, I just wanted to make sure there was, enough money. Is there any further discussion on, do you have any
No.
comment or anything, Dave?
The only thing, if we run out of money, excuse me, we know that we've got that other account we can draw from without
Well,
any permission from anybody and use it for what we need to use it for. So if we ran into a bind, we could do that.
but my next question would be if Priscilla was already offered to do planning, zoning, and conservation, and apparently maybe we can get some money if we run low. The town has got some money for, because you were offered to do
I was
this to
offered the
begin
three,
with
yeah.
by who,
By the selectmen.
by the selectmen, so there must be some money somewhere if our line runs low, so if
Okay.
Now, I'm doing the minutes for the planning board in Brookfield, and they're going to change their meeting from a Thursday to a Monday. I'm not sure which Monday it's going to be yet, but I can always do your minutes off the recording, if
A lot of
necessary.
times that's the way it was done in the
Yeah.
past too.
I mean, I'll try on Tuesdays is no problem. Monday could be, iffy.
So it's the second Monday,
Mm-hmm.
and it'll be
Fourth.
the Tuesday after the fourth Monday.
Tuesday's not a problem. I'm available Tuesday.
All right, any further discussion? How do we want to handle the compensation line?
Well, I think you got the right idea. If we appeal to the selectmen to see what they have to say, where they had already offered this once. There's not gonna be enough there to take us through a full year probably.
I wouldn't think that was my concern.
We're almost halfway through the year now, though.
Right, I mean, but like I just said, I mean, maybe the town's got some money to take care of this in their budget.
It was, I
And not
calculated.
necessarily in our budget, but maybe somewhere else in the town budget that they have money, they must have if they already offered the job to Priscilla, in the past, so I don't think I'm not gonna be concerned about it at this point. Does anybody have any other further discussion? And what do you wanna do? You wanna let the town, whatever the town's paying, whatever the town, told Priscilla before, or you know what they told you before, Priscilla?
Yeah, that's
or-
fine. Whatever the town pays is fine. I believe it's 15. Don't quote me on it, but I don't pay attention to that stuff.
That would be my best guess from what I recall.
Me too. And if there's $515, that's 34 and a third hours, so.
Right.
Through the year, through the rest of till December 31st.
Okay.
It probably would be good to have someone that we know is consistently gonna do it, and we don't have to worry about it, and it's gonna be taken care of and done, and like it used to be.
The emails I was reading, it seemed like
When we had Amy.
there were being instructions thrown out there as to what the commission needed to do to.
I don't understand what happened the other day, and that's,
Well, my minutes are pretty thorough, so it's something you can refer back to if you need
so
to.
I called Tony and I said, don't worry about it, Tony, it's just and Tony hit the nail right on the head with, it sounds like people are trying to fix something that doesn't need to be fixed.
Yeah.
And I said, you're absolutely right, Tony, so I don't understand what it is. I'll apologize, don't worry about it. She always takes care of us all the time, always does a good job, so. All right, any further discussion about this? Huh? Mr. Bog, any further discussion?
I'm all
Dave?
ready to vote.
All right, so all in favor of hiring Priscilla Colbath as a minute taker? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Seeing there's three of us, and everybody voted aye, I don't think anybody's gonna be opposed, so,
It's unanimous at this point. We have a majority.
all right.
I mean, not a majority, a quorum.
So
We're legal.
let's go back to the minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of May 13th, 2019 with any amendments offered.
I will second the motion.
Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. applications and approvals, I think we got, what, one here, two here, we got some
Steve, I
stack there, did you
found one application as a permit by notification.
Did you see this, the bank statement?
Yes, I did.
Would you like to see the bank statement, Dave?
Yeah, I will scan and email that to everybody like I do in the past.
It says April 2019.
Yeah, it's April's. I just picked that up this afternoon on the way home.
So each board member, commission member has a copy of the application for a PDN. It's submitted by Scott Bailey on behalf of the owners of tax map 30, lot 29. And this is out on Gold Coast on Balloon.
Right, that's the one with the paperclip, right?
It's a replenishment of an existing Birch Beach. And they're stating that it would be 10 cubic yards maximum, which I thought was twice as much as the state allowed. But checking the permit, it does allow 10 cubic yards of sand as a replenishment.
It sounds like it's right in line with the state or DES regulations, so I would make a motion to, for us to, sign that and forward it on.
I'll second that motion. I did notice the NHB reports there. And Valerie actually called me this afternoon to see if we had met Tuesday night and if there was any paperwork for
All
it.
right.
There's 2 copies here.
And
Yeah,
a third copy here.
My pen, could I borrow someone's pen for a minute? Can I borrow your pen for a minute, Mr.
Oh.
Tinkle?
Certainly.
Thank you. Okay, are you guys voting, are we all in favor of having me sign this?
You can forward it to the town clerk, yeah?
Yes.
All right. Is that
I
a
made the
motion, or
motion.
is that a vote, a motion, second, what do we?
Well, I made a motion.
Oh,
I
I'm sorry.
seconded
He
it.
seconded.
Okay, all in favor of
Aye.
having me sign this? Aye. All right.
STE.
So
I
what do
saw
I
some others, you guys see these, there's some,
Yeah, I did see those.
further,
Those were all exceptions. I mean,
Yeah.
What I did was,
further conditions?
what I did was I split what was in the mailbox by three, and I just gave everybody something to look at, and then
Have you seen these?
swap. I have reviewed everything already, but
so what'll happen, Priscilla, is the one that you have this paper clip together, once you record the information you need for your minutes, Steve signs all 5 copies,
Okay,
and then they go to the town clerk.
like you said, there are only three.
So what do you,
I handed out 3 just because there
Well, I
was 3 of us.
see, what, 1, 2, and it looks like
3
2
and
there.
4, and Priscilla has one as
Oh,
5.
Priscilla's got one, okay.
so what did you want in the minutes as far as this goes? I mean,
The applicant and usually the map and lot number. So Scott Bailey is the applicant for the owners of map 30 lot.
Well, actually, no, wouldn't it be, isn't it under the owner's name? Can you, it probably would be best to put it under the owner's name, wouldn't it?
No, because the applicant is a different person than the owner. And this application is being made by a person who's been authorized to represent the owner through the paperwork involved.
Well, it's signed,
this is Barbara Moore. the
yeah, I'm
applicant.
saying Barbara Moore, that's why, and I think it would be probably easier to find down the road if it was by the property owner and the lot. I mean, they can have any wetland scientist or whoever remain, I think it would make it much harder to find if someone, 20 years from now, someone had to look.
So
Look
Scott
up
Bailey
this.
is the property owner?
No,
No,
he
I believe Moore is the
Barbara
property
Moore?
owner.
Yes. But, I mean, as you look through some of the paperwork, some of the information that the state requires is issued to the, let's say he's the person doing the work for Mrs. Moore, right?
Yeah, that's what it appears to be. Scott Bailey is working for the Moores.
Yeah, I can see that. Where do I find the lot number and the map number on this?
Maybe here on the map 30, lot 29.
Yeah, it should, I would put it under Barbara Mall.
Okay,
And
Right off
then map and lot is 3029, map 30, lot 29.
okay, got
Right
it.
off, and you'll find the information in one of these things as well.
Oh, okay, I got it now. All right, I wasn't sure where to look more now. That's for you to sign?
Excuse me.
You satisfied, Dave? I don't know what that is, but I only want to know if you're satisfied or not.
I just opened that to the side.
Oh, thank you very much, Mr.
Yeah,
Farrar.
I'm trying to help out.
Is there anything else you guys can occupy you?
Sure. We're
Time
looking at
for-
the,
You want to go
we're going through the approvals as they were evenly divvied up. Now I'll go counterclockwise because I know you're busy. Sorry, Jim.
Thank you.
Actually, this one goes with one of those pieces of correspondence. It's just the information that was additional requested for and it was submitted.
Well, that was me. I phoned her from the last meeting because we had the wrong plan.
Yeah.
And I told her that we really processed 5 copies, but I guess we still only got 1. They forwarded their own somehow, I don't know.
That was the job we were reviewing from Merrimeet Lake or something? Is that the one that we're reviewing from Merrimeet Lake or
Yes,
something?
that was the one. She indicated that when she submits to the town hall, she sends the 5 copies to the appropriate boards. Which I tried to explain to her, we need to sign all 5 copies.
Yeah.
But evidently that didn't get through, so.
We'll see what the state does with it, I guess.
You guys want to move on to the Hutchins Field easement inspection walk? Is that while I'm doing this, or do you want to?
Well, we have one more to do that we suspended in the last meeting.
Another application?
Yeah. It's a wetland permit application. And that was the one that they submitted in error. They submitted a plan for Merrimeet Lake instead of Bonamy Road.
Is that the one where it's like 7,000 feet of impact area for a new house?
This is still the same plan, Merrimeet Lake.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so I don't know what happened to the other. I mean, if she didn't send it, we haven't got it, that's all I can say. Because this was supposed to be a shoreline permit for, our amended permit for Bonneman Road. Map 8, lot 34 and 40. And we have a septic design system for Merrimeet Lake.
Oh, yeah.
And that was, the note I put on there is that I called Kate Varney on May 14th at 9:15 a.m. and she was to send a correct plan.
And she hasn't.
Well, I don't see it, so.
All right, well, nothing we can do.
I think in the correspondence you'll find her name again, and it's regarding Vale over there, maybe? The other ones that
This is all I got.
okay. I thought there was I said they had received it.
I haven't seen this one.
Yeah, you're right.
I haven't seen these.
Maybe I confused the Buell with the Vale. That's probably what I did. When I saw the last name Vale, I thought I associated it with the name Buell. So, never mind. Is there anything that says Buell on here under these?
Buell?
Yeah, it does. I knew it. So here's something that I was looking for. I must have gave it to Priscilla. Sorry, Priscilla. Hope I don't give you my cold. 472 Bonnyman Road, Wakefield, tax map 8, lot 4 and 40. And this was a permit impacting 11,412 square feet in order to build a primary structure with an attached garage and driveway, shed, patio, retaining walls, swale, stairs, install a septic system with drip edges and catch basins and the associated grading. And this was approved. Oh, this was amended on May 21st, 2019. So that was certainly after our last meeting. If you'd like to
So this
throw
is,
in that.
this goes with that evidently, but this plan, I don't know what to do with that plan. It's gonna just confuse everybody if we leave it with a package.
It had me confused because I thought it was the
What's the name on that?
Buell, Buell. And I believe that. Did you already write the tax map? Oh, good.
Yeah,
8, 34, and 40.
yeah. Got it.
So I don't, what do you do with the map? I mean, I don't know if we want to just toss it, do we?
No, what we probably want to do is call this person who's making the
I
application.
believe Mr. Tinkham said she's already been notified.
Well, that was the engineering firm that did it. That's who I called, because they're the ones that did the plan. I'm assuming they submitted it. They submitted it to the town. And I told her we needed 5 copies. She says she sends 1 copy to each board that gets it. And I said, well, we have to sign them all.
Yeah.
And we need the correct plan. And she said she'd forward it over, and I haven't seen it.
Right, so, I mean, there's nothing more than if they don't want to send over the proper information, there's nothing we can do with it. But
Well, we
if
can
they've
call
been
them.
notified,
Just call them one more time and say, look, if you want this thing to move forward with us.
It's already been approved.
It
The
has been?
notification from the state right there in Steve's left hand.
Okay, this one
is-
here.
Yeah. That is the issuance of the permit. So whatever that map for Merrimeet Lake is, if we decide to contact them at all, it should just be to let them know that we have an extra copy of their Merrimeet Lake project and we don't need it, and where do you want to send it?
Well, they know we got it.
Yeah.
And they didn't care to have another one, so I would pull the map, the plan out and
Right out of
discard it.
Correspondence.
Just
Yeah.
throw it away. Yeah, I can pull that note too, I guess, this place doesn't have it. It's been approved. May 24th.
let me see.
May 20th.
Well, that's an amended,
Yeah.
Yep.
so
So we can
this
put-
may not, these two may not be the same. I mean, the state could have, apparently they've amended this application.
That's what they've done, yeah.
Why
If
don't
we
you
put them
these-
together, then our records are complete as to what
Why
was
don't you
amended.
put these together then and call it a day on that one?
Might have to call it midnight. Keep taking your time over this stuff.
Yeah, right. Alright, you guys, have you seen, Mazzola, have you seen Mazzola?
I've seen them all. I picked them up Tuesday, so.
Oh.
Of course, by reviewing them, I have the authority to declare them all good. So, would you want to second my authority?
Have you seen these two there? Oh, these, I've seen these. Hi, Val.
Hi, Val. I thought that was the ghost of Bill Twombly out there making noise.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Let me just hand this correspondence to Priscilla afterwards, so that if we don't declare anything, we don't generally disclose, but I suppose
Have you recorded these?
some of them
No.
that we've made verbalized. I believe she's keeping notes of what we've verbalized.
All I've done is kept your verbal notes, verbal notes.
Did you must have got the
Yeah.
you got that one you got.
I got Barbara Moore and I
Right.
got Buell.
Okay, there's the rest of them now. All right,
There's a couple that went by me, but I never got to see them.
Some of them are,
Oh, Priscilla's got them all. She's
That's okay, I'll look at them when she's done, it's no big deal.
there were 2 notifications of violations by Dave Price. One's over on Bulkhead, I think.
yeah. Oh, that one.
One's Province Lake, maybe, or below.
I don't think I saw a second one.
There's one here, this one here.
So there are 8 different approvals and notifications that I divided up by the 3 of us, so they're. Jim, do you want to be an alternate to the Conservation Commission? We usually talk the camera people into being alternates, you know.
I need a couple of drinks. Or,
Want some NyQuil? I got some NyQuil.
yeah. No, thank you.
Me neither.
What's the name on that one? This one has a name.
Okay, so this is they just notifying the town, and I believe that's the town that was looking for the permit.
Oh, the town?
Either that, or it may be Mr. Howell, from Howell Nominee Trust,
Okay,
for map 154,
I got that one.
lot 21. Okay.
Oh, thank you. So all I do is get rid of the zeros?
Yeah, oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And I guess another spot to look for that kind of information would be right down.
Okay,
Carbon copy.
CC.
All right. Moving on to the Hutchins Field inspection.
I chased a blue tarp out there the other day. Did you already hear the story?
No.
Monday, I think it was, and I only concentrated on the blue tarp that I was chasing, so I didn't really. I can't say I've done the mission yet. Mission's not accomplished.
Okay. But I do, in fact, I can give you one of those if you want to fill it out, or I can get together with you later on and take care of it after you walk the field, or we walk the field, whatever.
Okay.
Just call me. I have 2 or 3 copies of that. to fill
And
out.
that should be an I as opposed to an E in Hutchins.
You may want to spray. The ticks seem to be a little thick this year.
They're really thick.
All right, so noted.
All right. Other, is there anybody got anything on the other?
Only one, I'd just like to offer the commission my apologies for not submitting the agenda at the appropriate time.
I thought you had.
apologize.
I thought you had. No.
It's all right.
It
Need to go on
wasn't,
record
It
that
happens.
there's nobody to blame but me.
It happens. It's not a big deal.
it did seem as though the world was gonna end though. At one point I thought that
Well, yeah, there actually was a lot. I mean, useless, whatever. Anyways, the same thing. How about lavender? Gonna have to do a walk on lavender and a report.
did they give us a deadline for that? Is there a deadline for all of these? Is the same date, the same deadline for all of them?
Well, actually, no, I think it's probably when we get around to it. I mean, it's.
I think we've got time
Yeah, I think we do.
on these to do either one, and my suggestion is black flies are bad enough, but with the ticks the way they are now, I'd wait till early fall to do them.
Yeah,
I don't think anybody is gonna be concerned
no,
No problem.
as long as we accomplish it.
no, yeah, I agree. It's gonna start getting hot and
Dusty?
the ticks and the mosquitoes and walking through, so we'll put those off to the fall then when it's cooler. Conservation related files need to be reviewed to make room in the filing cabinet.
Well, we made some headway. Ralph and I went through some of those with what time either one of us had that day, and within the next week or two we'll try to get back to it.
Is it something maybe we should offer to Priscilla if she's interested in?
I did bring it to Priscilla's attention that was one of the tasks that need to be done, but I figured before I commanded her to do anything, maybe we should have a discussion at the commission level.
Well, I think the first thing we need to do is purge anything out of there that is old enough that we want to put in storage, if there is anything. So far from what I see, I think we can clear like the top drawer for the conservation properties file, because that file box, you could put another piece of paper in it if you had to, it's jammed.
But we almost got 2 drawers empty, right?
Yeah.
Didn't we, almost.
Yeah.
And one drawer not go back in where it was supposed to go back in.
I'll have to work on that again.
Steve's gonna bring some grease down in the drawer grease.
I don't know. Can't figure it out. But anyway, it's a work in progress. We've made some progress, and we have a little bit more. Now, once we get the files organized, there's a box to be filed, and that would be the time to sit down with Priscilla, show her where the files are and where things go.
Yeah. That's really,
Is that in reference to the box on the top of the filing cabinet? Is that what you?
Yeah.
That would be the items that need to be filed, yeah. And so anything that we finish up here will end up down there in that box, to be filed.
All right, so that takes care of those. Union Meadow.
More research to be done. Ralph, I don't know if you've,
I was like 3 or 4 papers. I know I can smell that letter in my office. I know it's in there.
okay.
Well,
Well,
I mean-
I've got some more stuff to look up too before we can really have an intelligent conversation. So we need to keep it there, but we've got more data to pull together.
All right, Gage Hill property. Anything? I don't think too much has changed since the last meeting.
The only thing, Steve, is that I made a phone call to Salt. We have some border signs, but not a lot. So I made a call, I got another, I don't know, 15 or 20. So I feel that we have more than enough to do. The area that Paul Johnson mentioned some concern about, which would be on the east side, upper side of the property. The only thing Salt said, and we know this because we talked about it before, aluminum nails through the holes that are in the sign and leave them protruding out of the nails, protruding out 1 inch for growth of the tree.
So it sounds like a 2.5 inch aluminum nail that you'd use on vinyl siding probably. With a wide head.
Yeah, so we can get some of those. So we probably have enough to do that. But I'd like to get with Paul so we know where his area of concern is and mark that property line first.
It says to set him at eye level. Is it possible to bring a short guy along so that I don't miss him when I'm out there walking around?
We'll bring you along, Ralph. You can handle the hammer.
I can tell you what's eye level for me. You
fine.
will have to bend over and nail it into the trunk.
We'll have to bring a step ladder.
Okay, we can do that.
Alright, anything else on Gage Hill? I don't think there is, I don't believe there is. Tripod for the conservation properties, that's Paul, who's not here. Union Meadow Conservation Area activity when Gage Hill is complete. Gage Hill is,
Yeah, we can't work on that access till we finish one.
well, seeing all the public comment, is there any public comment? Did you have you raise your hand?
Well, I was pointing at Jim. I thought maybe he wanted to have some input, but if he doesn't,
Is there anything further that we need to take care of?
we need to set our next meeting date for June the 10th. It's 7 o'clock.
Okay. With that done, I'd make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second the motion.
Monday the 10th, that looks right, that's 7:45.
7:45.
Motion in a second to adjourn, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.